Good evening. I'd like to open the regular meeting of the Marin Local Agency Formation Commission. It's 6:30, April 11th, 2024, and we are in the Marin Wildfire Prevention Authority Meeting Room, Suite 335, San Rafael. And could we get a roll call, please, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Kohler,
Yes, here.
Commissioner Rodoni,
Here.
Commissioner Caius,
Here.
Commissioner Lucan, Commissioner Murray,
Here.
Commissioner Bordeaux, Commissioner Chu,
Here.
Commissioner Hilliard,
Here?
Commissioner Bordeaux.
You need to speak into the mic since we're being recorded.
I'm here.
No, you need to turn the mic on, please.
Nobody has ever said that to me, ever.
Well, could you say I'm here?
I'm here.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay,
I have a few more names to call. Just
all
the
right, go
alternates.
ahead.
Alternate Commissioner Burke, alternate Commissioner Moulton Peters, and alternate Commissioner Smith. We've met quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, does anybody want to remove or rearrange any parts of the agenda? Seeing none. Do we need a motion to approve the agenda? Could I get a motion?
So move. Second.
Okay, so that was Vice Chair Rodoni and second Commissioner Murray. And could we, oh, this is hybrid, so could we do a roll call vote, please?
This is actually not hybrid from the board's perspective because all board members are present, so you
Oh,
can act
okay.
as a regular meeting here.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any nays? Steve,
It's green light, Dennis, green light. But I appreciate you looking out for me. He's always got my back.
I think we need one commissioner to get with the program. All right.
Green light on.
And then we are going to go into closed session, but I'd like to see if there's any public comments on closed session.
We have no members of the public present and no one is on Zoom, so no comment.
Okay. With that, we're going to go into closed session. I would ask that we not film and folks take a break. Okay, we are
Recording in progress.
I'm reconvening the Marin LAFCo Local Agency Formation Commission, and we have no report out from closed session. And I'd like to open it up to public open time. I see no one in here. Is there anyone on Zoom? Okay, moving on to consent calendar items. And all items calendared as consent are considered ministerial and non-substantive and subject to a single motion approval. Do any of the commissioners have questions of staff for any of the consent calendar items?
I just want to remind you, Chair Kohler, you gave us a few amendments to the minutes, so we just want to make sure we capture that you amended the minutes when you do the motion.
Thank you. So seeing none, is there anybody on Zoom who wants to comment on the consent items? Okay, bringing it back for motion, if someone makes a motion.
Just on item 3, I do have a report if you want it, but
Oh, okay.
otherwise the two bills that are being shown, the support's fine.
Yes. Okay, I don't think we need a report, but thank you for offering, Commissioner Murray. So would someone like to make a motion? And if so, just remember that I made some amendments to the minutes that they took. Who would like to go?
I'll make the motion to approve consent with the revisions that you'd like to present,
I'm not presenting, they are done.
whatever it is.
Okay, and who was second?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Caius first, second Berto, and all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to adoption of proposed operating budget for fiscal year 2024, 2025.
You want to open the public hearing?
I will open the public hearing.
All right, so staff report on this. I always like to yield to the chair of the committee if they want to make any comments before I give the full report. Vice Chair Rodoni, you were the chair of the committee.
Thank you, Jason. So the budget is proposed, it's consistent with what we talked about in the budget meetings. The carryover was a little lower than we had hoped. So the 9%, 9.8% is what the proposed increase to our member agencies is this coming budget year. Thank you.
Okay, so just to get a little bit more into the weeds of it, you do see a little bit of an increase for agency contributions. One of the things to keep in mind, and I do make this note in the memo, and we'll make this note to our member agencies when we send the draft budget out to them, is back in when COVID first started, we did a 10% reduction in our agency contributions, and we held that for 3 years. And then we made the decision we kind of can't do that continuously. We actually at some point need to get back to a real budget. And so last year we did an increase, and this year, once again, we're doing an increase to get us back to where our budget should be. The increase to member agencies from the pre-COVID budget is only about a 7.5% increase. So if you think about 5 years and only having a 7.5% increase, I consider that a pretty good victory for our member agencies. Try and find anyone that only had a 7.5% increase over 5 years for contributions, and you're going to find I think everyone will be hopefully happy with that amount. One thing that we did have a discussion about at the workshop was the potential of adding in additional part-time staff. The budget committee did review that, but based on the fact that it was going to be a little bit too high of an increase for our member agencies, we decided that to not do that this year. And I do agree with that this decision that the budget committee made. I think it is a smart move to make. The increase when you add in all those extra costs, this would have been a little bit too high. What my hope and goal is that perhaps when applications get back to a normal level, if we can have a little bit larger carry forward, perhaps in a future year, we'll be able to revisit that item where there isn't a high increase to our member agencies, and an even higher increase because we have to do because we're trying to do a part-time staff person. So with that, I present to you with the budget. I will make note, I know I'm going in front of the Marin Managers Association in May, so I'm going to present this proposed budget to them. I have not heard yet if the special districts chapter is going to have a meeting between now and June, but if they do, I'll present the budget to them as well. Okay. So that is the highlights of my budget. I know we're getting a little long here in the meeting, so I'm going to cut my comments off there. But happy to answer questions.
Any questions for staff? Seeing none, or is there anyone commenting on Zoom? Seeing none, I'd like to bring it back to the commission for deliberation, but actually a motion. Somebody'd like to make that. Do you have a question, Commissioner Roberto?
I have a comment and I will make the motion. I just wanted to express my appreciation and gratitude to Jason, Lou, and Dennis. Like I said, it was an amazing experience my microphone's on. Sorry, mannerisms. Again, just a lot of appreciation and gratitude for Jason, Lou, and Dennis. It was great to be in the room with so many people who have such a depth of experience and so many years of experience with LAFCo. It was a great learning experience for me, and I am prepared to make a motion to approve the proposed budget.
All right, let's do it.
So moved.
All right, anyone want a second from? Okay, so that was Berto and Kaya second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? No. Okay, that measure passes unanimously. Okay, moving on to the executive officer's report, and I know this is going to be the speed report.
Yep. I speed run through them. If you have questions, raise your hand and I'll stop on the items. Budget update, we continue to be under budget, which is good. Not as much under budget as we've been in past years, but that's partly because we've started going back to conferences and other expenditures, but we continue to remain under budget for the year. We currently don't have any pending proposals in front of us. We continue to go through a dry streak. I think it's partly just due to the fact that inflation rates and other things are keeping people from doing remodels and other major projects like that. So we don't have any current pending proposals in front of us, although I will say We should, by our June meeting, have a nice little letter from 3 of our small agencies that have an out-of-service agreement between them. That was mentioned in our Southern Marin Sewer MSR to get an out-of-service agreement properly in place, and we should have that by our June meeting. So you'll have a pseudo application at that point to do that one. Our work plan is in your packet. We noted what major things we updated and changed since the last meeting. Cal LAFCo, there will be a staff workshop that they hold every year. It's later this month. All staff will be attending it. It is a Wednesday through Friday project. So when that comes up, we'll put a note on the door for that Wednesday that we're closed. If people need to get a hold of us, they can call. We will be able to return phone calls and stuff like that from the conference. So you might need to leave a message for in the middle of a session, but we will get back to people while we're at the conference, should they call or need assistance during it. But just wanted to let folks know that, I think it's the 27th and 28th, 29th, whatever that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when the conference is. Also, just we'll add on top of that, we're getting closer to the end of the fiscal year, and some of our staff are getting close to their max amount of vacation time and haven't used all of their floating holidays and things. So you're probably going to be seeing a little bit less of us around the office as people are rotating through vacation. I will make sure that there's always people around and available to work. No more than one person goes on vacation at a time, but you will start to see if you're trying to find an individual, you might see an out of office reply if you get them at the wrong time. So you will know that they're not there, and you can contact someone else on staff to help you. And Jared promises me he will be getting his the MSR done that he's been working on for the multi-regional, and it's a very complex one. And as soon as he does that, gets that out the door, he's going to be taking a lot of vacation time. Because 1, he's earned it. 2, he needs to take the time off because he's working so hard on that one. And then there's correspondence in there. I sent this out to you earlier, but we need to put it in the package just for official record keeping purposes. If you have any comments for our auditor, please do not send them to me. Please send them directly to the auditor, because they're the ones that need to see whatever comments you may have. And if you haven't done so and have those comments, please do so quickly, because they are a very fast organization. When they start their audit, it doesn't take them long to complete it. So if you have any comments, get to them right away. And that is the extent of my EO report.
Excellent, thank you. Are there any questions of Jason? Seeing none. Are there any commissioner announcements and requests? Seeing none. Well, we're adjourning to the next meeting, which will be June 12th at 6:30 and same place. Thank you all for your joining us today. And I guess we're not as fast as we were